Afua convicted, which means that by the constitution of Nigeria, nobody can be tried for the same offense 2 times. Once a person has been punished by the court once for an offense, no court in Nigeria can take that case again. You can't take that person to the court for the same case. For a different case, fine. But for that same case, for Mohbad case, you cannot take that nurse to the court again. So you lost everything. You see how they destroyed this case. All the people who could have recommended God. All the people that could have recommended in this case, they were all chased away. Now we are now left with something I don't even know how to describe. Now we are left with something I don't even know how to describe. Yeah, so it's called double jeopardy. Thank you. Thunder Fire is like you're a lawyer, eh? It's like you're a lawyer. Wow. Then, case over. But in fact, people supporting Baba Mohbad, they are far behind. I saw them dancing and celebrating. They were still dancing and celebrating that. After this case, after a year, we are going to High Court. God will bring Wunmi. I wonder how these guys are living their life. I wonder how they are living their life. Thank God some of you are on my platform. You see, if there's one thing you guys want to be happy about, be just thankful that it was not only Kofi and Bukky Jesse that were in this case, because they are completely unaware of nothing. Oh yes, there was a case today. In fact, I didn't even see them talking about today's case. There's already an ongoing case in the court, right? There's already an ongoing case in the court. I'm too stressed for today. That means I don't know why I'm weak. Let me check my systolic. I'm very weak. Those of you who are doctor yet, whatever I read, you tell me. good. It's good. It's good. If I buy now, and I go say it's spiritual. Don't use that hand. Oh, I should not use this hand. Guys, I should not use this hand. This is my left hand. You need good knack. Should I do right hand? Let us do right hand. Or should I increase knacking? Do I have to increase knacking? Am I shortage of knacking? Let me do again and see. Your plug is weak. You mean my dick is weak? Left hand is close to the heart. Okay. Thank you so much. They said it has to be straight. It has to be straight like this. Or any nose, come up and guide me. Yeah, who is coming up? Prince, you know be nurse, I beg. Relax. Even if now you be nurse, I no go bring you up. You will be see your mouth to get bad mouth. How nurse could they get bad mouth for justice from bad? Olufemi. Yes, Olufemi, you look gentle. You look gentle. You are good for your nerves. Any other person?
Good afternoon, Papi.
Hello, Olufemi, welcome.
The left side is far much more better because the heart is on the left side, and then the.
Let me check it now. Let me press that.
Your heart is on the left side, and again, the vessels coming and going into the heart, they are more on the left. So you have a very, very good blood pressure. 116/86 is very perfect. Yeah, okay.
Papariano, good evening. You don't have to talk when you are doing your testing your blood pressure. Eh? You just have to keep calm.
Nice finish. It's brought the result out. This one is 110/78/71. Systolic 110, diastolic 78. 71 diastolic. You see from the previous one. Don't use same hand to hold the machine. Sorry, nurse. They say I should use different hand. Wow. But wait, you're not nurse now. What do you mean by don't use same hand? Which kind nurse you be? What will same hand do? Momo never change. No God keep patient too. Negligence is a crime. You see, how are we even sure? Did the nurse that treat Mohbad even come with this? I'm telling you, it's possible the nurse never came with this. I swear. Because they should be asking the nurse, what was Mohbad BP? What was Mohbad temperature? Me, I no be nurse. I no be nurse, but yet, ma check my temperature. Wow, 36.4 Celsius. Why my teeth just the day like this? She no be saying na Baba Mohbad don't swear for me. Somebody is saying I'm overheated. Waiting the overheating they do for my body now. No, they scare me. You are scaring me now. You just scare me. What? How can I be overheated again? Eat and shower. You need knacking. Too strong. This is how you guys went to advise Baba Mubad. Bad advice. FFB, what do you have for us?
Hello, Papa.
How are you?
Yeah, that's bad. Good afternoon. I just want to tell you, when you are using the what's it called, to do the clip to do your high blood pressure, I was telling you not to move. You have to stand still when it's reading, and you don't shake, and you don't touch the reading.
Oh, I don't touch the machine.
Yeah, you don't touch it. Don't touch. Don't move.
So it means that guy. But it means that guy is a nurse. That's too. Let me know, sister. So it means this guy that is other people is a nurse. Please. Wow. How can Prince be nurse for advanced country? Wahala, patient, wahala, terrible. They have to come and be checking people's activity on the internet too. I swear, if I'm a patient, people like this can never treat me. With the way this guy, imagine someone like Comfy is a nurse. She can never come close to me. Or imagine Buki just is a nurse. But anyway, yeah, thank you guys. So I shouldn't be touching it. I just have to keep it somewhere, right? And then put this one. Oh,
and you don't talk. Whenever you're doing it, you don't talk. You don't need to talk. You stand.
Yeah, but when it's over, when result is out, I can talk, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The left hand is closer to the heart.
Yeah.
It means this one is the left hand. This one, the first one, like this. Wow. Anyway, I need to do sugar test. I'm waiting for strip. I need to start to do sugar test every day, maybe every week.
Are you diabetes?
No, I'm not. I just want to test these basic stuffs, like all these basics, medical stuff. I just like to be having them tests, to have them, to know what to increase or what not to increase. I can, if I do it every day, I can quickly adjust. What?
You go and do proper checkup before you do that first. They tell you what you have to do.
I do that maybe once in a month or something like that. You mean the blood test, right?
No, your body check, your proper MOT.
Like the one I do usually, the one I did last time. Okay, anyway, I'll see to that. But who will pay for it?
Is it expensive? That's not expensive in Nigeria, though.
If I come out beans and bread money, I will come. Beans 2,000, bread 4-5. That MOT money, I swear I go fuse and buy 10 Derika. But not be anything they do me now. Just like that test. But not be say I go die now. I don't look like who want to die. That money go buy food for us. Unless somebody go pay. Anyway, I'm kidding. Make sure you do your test too, guys. Make sure you do your test. So back to the discussion. Now, where we are, there is a pretrial already, there's a taking of plea already in the magistrate court. Is everything gonna end, from here? What is the next drama? Will inquest come with something different? I don't think so. Is anybody expecting anything from the corona inquest? Because I saw Baba gangs, the gangsters of Baba, they were still celebrating today. They were jumping, they were happy. I said, what? Could it be that all these guys are just pretending? Could it be that they are just pretending and they are low-key supporting women and we are the real justice fighters? That's why they are fighting against us. Could it be confused working for women? I'm just saying, guys, I'm suspecting. Could it be confused working for women and she's just playing a game? So they're like, they'll be saying, women did it. But deep down in their head, they were just trying to mislead Baba Mohbad so that Baba Mohbad will not investigate, will not do nothing, and he will just keep believing, that Wunmi did it, but there is no evidence to show. I'm thinking this is a very well-coordinated game. My God. So, like we know the case already in court. So is it advisable that we talk about this case even when it's in court? I don't know yet. We will see. Because I don't want to fall short of any sub-judice. I've overcommitted. I don't want to commit any longer. So I'll be very careful to make sure that I don't commit any subjudicial offense. I don't want to be part of any such. Yeah. From where we are already, the game is already played. They said the nurse she pleaded guilty. So she accepted, that she injected Mohbad. If that be the case, I don't know whether spending will plead guilty. If they all plead guilty, the key objective of the corona inquest is to be uncertain. No. Corona inquest can never be uncertain. Can never be uncertain. Inquest can never end. A corona inquest can never be uncertain. Such inquest can never end. Inquest have to continue then. Okay. Whenever there's a conclusion in an inquest, that means the coroners are able to come up with a conclusion, with the conclusion cause of death, which will be used to prepare an interim certificate, an interim death certificate for Mohbad. So the report that the coroners come with will be sent to the NPC, which a death certificate will be officially made for Mohbad. And people keep having, for those of you who don't know what coroners are lawyers. Okay, coroner is under the judicial branch of government. They are lawyers. Now, medical doctors are professionals who have the medical knowledge, anatomical knowledge, to know what is in the body, to know what's up with the body. They have it. But whenever medical doctor fails, medical doctor is inconclusive, right? So now, the lawyers who are psychologically trained, criminally trained, they are trying to, through circumstantial evidence, through storytelling, to see the most convincing story, which can be used to, peg Mohbad. Right? So they must come out with something which is most convincing, which is unequivocally stated. And I think the most convincing stuff right now is a confession of the nurse. Coroners are lawyers. Don't forget, every judge will admit confession. That's why there's cross-examination. The nurse was cross-examined in front of the magistrate. The magistrate will check at the cross-examination of this nurse. Was anybody able to prove her wrong? Was anybody able to show that what she said she did, it didn't happen? No. Had there been people called for forensic, that would have guided the magistrate somewhere else. Whatever that ensued from that would have led the magistrate to believe that there is no reasonable cause to say that the nurse came about. But right now, I think the magistrate is in the best position if she rules that Mohbad died of a medical reaction. Magistrate, don't forget, they have the power to make such pronouncement. And once they pronounce it, that represents Mohbad's cause of death officially. Don't forget, coroners are not doctors. Coroner can still find result even when medical doctors can't find result. Let's make that clear. Because a lot of people are thinking, just because medical doctors cannot find cause of death, is inconclusive, so coroners too must be conclusive. No, it's not like that. If for the fact that the inquest will be concluded, it means they are able to come out with a convincing. Anything in the court is about convincing. What is convincing, right? It may not really be the case, but what is convincing right there is what they will center their report. For coroner to be inconclusive, it means that in the next 10 years, inquest will continue. They will keep asking people in the street, like, it will be continuous. It will not end. For them to come to a conclusion, it means there's a conviction. They cannot come to a void conclusion. They cannot. They have to be able to tell that, okay, from the observation, this person died of this particular cause, or that, like in the case of Sylvester, the label that he died of medical, reaction. And when it got to the DPP looked into it and ruled it natural. Did not find anybody to be culpable for it. In fact, said that if anybody will be held is the father for his negligence, for not taking Sylvester to court at the appropriate to hospital. All the time the man was using to take Sylvester to a church for pastor to pray, or to Babalawo, to one place. He could have taken the guy to a doctor, to a hospital. All right. So that as a delay medical response was part of what aggravated Sylvester case. There was an inquest in that case, and there was a conclusion. But just because an inquest gives conclusion, their own is established cause of death in a lawyer way, in a not medical way, circumstantial way, circumstantial storytelling. Story, and the best story right now that is convincing in the inquest is the story of the nurse. There is no story right now out of everyone's story that we can say this killed Mohbad. There's no poison, there's no contention, there's no contest. But maybe people there are some certain side talk, like driver said this, I have heard of Mohbad death. Because driver said that he has heard of Mohbad death 11 a.m. That doesn't mean cause of death. Cause of death is somebody admitting that I did this. That one only create ground for investigation. And that's why I told you that I expected some shit to have petitioned everybody in that house and having the statement of this particular witness against that of Wunmi, against the nurse, which will be hereby submitted to the inquest to guide the inquest in their conclusion. But if this is not done, the inquest can hereby go forward and like the most convincing thing before the inquest right now. If this case is given to anybody, if this case is given to me as a magistrate who truly wants justice, when I hear the story of the driver, by myself as a magistrate, I want to call for forensic. I want to get clarity as a magistrate. But if magistrate is not doing that, and no lawyer there is trying to make clarity of that, the magistrate can move ahead with the evidence available already. Right? Magistrate may care less about driver saying that 9 a.m. somebody calling him. Then what happened? Driver, were you there Mohbad died? No. What if your phone was having bad battery? Was having a wrong time? There are sometimes your time is saying something nonsense, right? So is anybody looking at that area? The pathologist said he has a smell of organophosphate chemical on Mohbad body. How can you hear this? Oh my God, I'm beginning to boost. Wow, I'm boosting. Very tired before. Maybe I should be speaking and doing like this. So guys, please, this means not to be disrespectful, but I'm gingering myself. So maybe the story that was voila. So organophosphate chemical was perceived on Mohbad. So for me, again, if I was a son, I would have called for clarity, because for organophosphate chemical to be present there in the morgue is a no-no. Formalin is what is used in the environment. Organophosphate is mostly used for poisoning. In fact, one of the strongest poisons either organophosphate or carbonate, right? Like we read the other type. So this was the testimony of the pathology. For the pathology to be able to say that in the coroner inquest, it has become a CTC. I don't know what is your name, this person. Let me just call your name. Zroy or Croy. Okay, Z Croy. Okay, that's your name, Z Croy. Whatever you testify in front of the magistrate is also an evidence. It become recorded. You understand that? Z Croy. Whether it's in the official report or not, as long as he testified it in court, that can be used as an evidence. So it will be like this. This person confessed before the court or swore under the oath that when he entered the morgue, he perceived organophosphate chemical on Mohbad's body. The man said it. Right? We're not bringing this from the tin M. Now, how did organophosphate, as organophosphate should nowhere come near to human being or to animals. It can't come close to animals or human beings. It can be used for pesticide, insecticide, anything poisonous to human being. And it has very dangerous poison. And one side effect of organophosphate chemical is that when it's used to poison somebody, if it's spread on your food, you die. When you die, you decay. The odor keep coming out as well. It doesn't, you decay with the odor. So, how did organophosphate, what purpose, if organophosphate was coming out from a bad body, did the man further investigate why such chemical is coming from a human being's body? I've checked it that day, I investigated it, I checked all about organophosphate, I cleared it, formaldehyde was supposed to be used, I don't, still to today. And Baba Mohbad gangs, they don't care about justice, that's what I'm telling you. I don't see anybody around, but they're not trying to use any evidence. Look at what Bukky Jesse even give to Baba Mohbad about hearing a voice. Somebody said that when they came back to that house that night, that there was a fight. What is Sanshit doing with that? Nothing. What did Baba Mohbad himself do with that? Nothing. Right? At least Yomi went far with his own. He shake everywhere. Right? So these guys don't want nothing. They have negotiated. And when I keep talking about this negotiation a long time ago, Baba was part of the game. Fully aware of the game. Okay? So that is for that. And so nobody should have an issue if the magistrate court of Ikorodu, that is presiding over this inquest, if they come in their conclusion and read that after several months of their inquiry into Mohbad's death, they are able to come out with the fact that Mohbad was injected by a nurse and Mohbad reacted to the injection due to the negligence of the nurse, which hereby caused his death. So they hereby ruled that Mohbad died of medical negligence. Nobody should have issues with that. Because when Sanshit was in the magistrate, how was he able to prove? What else can we say can compete with the medical negligence? Nurse confessed she came there 2:30 p.m. If the driver is saying that about 12 p.m. he already heard of Mohbad's death, it means this is contending against the truth of the nurse. So how is anybody making that an issue? Was that issue ever brought as an issue which can make the magistrate? Because magistrate is the coroner is after circumstantial cause of death. Coroner is not going to go to the hospital and be doing tests. No. Coroner, if there was a medical cause of death in the first place, there wouldn't have been coroner inquest. You don't need lawyers to come investigate when doctors already have cause of death. Doctors will only send it they will send to the authorities, to the police authorities. Whenever there is a medical cause of death, they cannot be inquest. Inquest can only come in when there is no clarity in the medical cause of death, when it's inconclusive and they want to look at every other means. Maybe somebody is found somebody died somebody was found lying on the street, dead, right? And medical doctors, they get in there and they try to do all they could do. They couldn't find what killed the person convincingly. If they can find what killed the person, they will see thumbprints, everything. The person died of strangulation. You don't need to do inquest, right? He died of strangulation. So the purpose of inquest is to find cause of death. Is that if the medical doctor is already telling you he died of strangulation, then that has overruled whatever inquest wants to do. I mean, your own choice to find cause of death. Medical is more professional. It's more accurate. It's already saying that this person died of this. Why inquest? You don't need inquest, right? So that will be sent to the authorities to go investigate, to check that street, to border the whole place and do investigation. But when there's confusion in the medical doctors in one profession, then the other profession who is psychologically trained, they come in and they try to use circumstances. They bring everybody in that street, ask them one by one, and they try to see whether they can get anything so close. Maybe the person was walking and he slumped and he fell. Maybe somebody saw him when he slumped and he fell, right? That's going to be the cause of his death, right? They're not going to proceed. They're not going to, because medical doctor cannot find the cause of death, right? So people should also understand that coroners or lawyers can also find cause of death, right? They can never be inconclusive, never. Instead, the inquest will continue till eternity. All right, I don't know, any question about today's court hearing? Is there anything anybody wants to know about? We can dabble into it. I don't have issue with that. Any contribution, any take, Papariano, I welcome everybody once again. Yes. So what's going on, guys?
Yeah, Papariano, good afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon. Yeah, like you've said, you're very correct. The corona process, part of which inquest is one of, can not come to a conclusive end without the coroner being able to come up with cause of death, mobile death, because this cause of death is going to be stated, is what is going to be stated even in his death certificate that will be issued to the registry. So, upon which, after which, burial can be arranged or can take place. So you're very correct about that. And as I've said again, you see, as it stands now, everything is done. To be honest, I personally, I do not expect any miracle or any other thing that can happen to change the course of things as it stands now. The case is sold out. It's been sold out, and it's just unfortunate that that all that has happened, and you see the primary. Today I was listening to a platform, I can't remember, and I heard the submission of this guy, Vengeance, and there's this other guy, is a Crocodile they call him. You see, when you listen to these people that surround Mohbad's dad, you want to think that, are these people, are they retarded, or are they, is there something fundamentally wrong with them, or is it that they just, it is just deliberate for them to act this way? And what I can say at the end of the day is that these people are evil from A to Z, and they're the most clueless people you can ever think of on the surface of earth, because even when an examination is over, these people still don't know that it is over. A game is over, they still don't know. They still think there is still something to be done. The case is still gonna go this way. It's still gonna go to High Court. It's still gonna do this. To be honest, I don't know what this people are.
Please wait. Let me read this article. Okay, I think this contradicts my initial stance. That was my thought. Yeah, I say, can an inquest be inconclusive? It says yes. An inquest can be inconclusive, meaning the coroner or jury is unable to definitely determine the cause or manner of death. This can happen if the cause of death is unknown, even after a series of post-mortem examination, or if there are conflicting or insufficient evidence. Now, under inconclusive post-mortem, sometimes a post-mortem examination autopsy cannot pinpoint the exact cause of death. This can be due to various factors such as the condition of the body, the unavailability of certain tests, or the complexity of the case under insufficient evidence. Some cases, even with a post-mortem, there may not be enough evidence to determine how the person died. This can be because of missing information, contradictory evidence, or the lack of a clear pattern of injury. Now, under undetermined manner of death. If the coroner or jury cannot determine the cause or manner of death, it is often classified as undetermined. This means that now, guys, can you see the game? Could it be that this is the reason why Baba Mohbad lawyer used the word undetermined? The first one is inconclusive. This one came with undetermined. Are they trying to make the coroner to choose one? If you don't like inconclusive, go with undetermined. What kind of game these people they play like this? Come, I don't know the fear baby. They don't fear baby. It's like my baby no longer show. Now, if the inquest cannot reach a definitive conclusion, it can be considered inconclusive. Okay. So now, in cases where an inquest is ongoing and the cause of death is not yet established, the coroner may issue an interim certificate of the facts of death to allow for burial or ceremony. Even if an inquest is deemed inconclusive, the investigation may continue if further information or testing becomes available. So yeah, this is the basic information that we have right now.
You have answered what I want to come and say.
Yes.
I was the one that typed inconclusive.
Yeah, wait, let me really put something before you come brush it. Yes. So what I mean, okay, by saying inconclusive is I was trying to refer to this case. Okay, it was not general. I mean, generally a coroner can come to inconclusive. In what ground? Okay, in the aspect of the fact that if you investigate and you don't see anything convincing, it's inconclusive, right? Even if, let's say, postmortem is inconclusive, they find nothing, and you bring people. Just because you bring people does not necessarily mean somebody must know what killed the person. What if they don't know? So it's say they can still get undetermined conclusion. What I'm saying in this particular case, it will be difficult for the coroner to rule inconclusive because there's clearly a nurse accepting. Because if they don't go by the way of the nurse, then they have to show that the nurse is wrong, and they have to punish the nurse for lying, for admitting that she injected Mohbad, she made Mohbad alive. So, but nobody's punishing the nurse for that. Nobody's proving that the nurse made Mohbad dead. So, the only convincing thing to anybody here right now is that the nurse killed Mohbad. Go on.
You see, let's look at this corona thing. A lot of things comes into a corona inquest. Well, because just as you said earlier, what is the reason for a corona inquest in the first place is because cause of death is not clear. If it was a clear cause of death, no need for corona. Then you don't need corona when you are sure of what killed someone. And if you check out a corona, there are basic questions, key basic questions a corona must first answer. Number one, who, where, how, what? Those 5 questions must be answered. Now, who died? You must give a name to that person. Where did the person die? You must give an address or a location. What and how are the most difficult answers. And in order to get what and how, you need to come with different method of investigation. Medical investigation, which is postmortem investigation, which comprises both the autopsy and the toxicology, is one part of knowing what and how. Now, another one is police investigation, which can also give input into what and how. Another one is testimony from witnesses. Don't forget, a coroner inquest is not a court, does not give judgment. The mandate of a coroner inquest is to make inquiries, file it, and come with a conclusion that will be supported by the law, that will give a legal name. For example, if you say someone dies legally, how do you say someone died? You might say the person had the heart stopped. They will say heart seizure. They will say whatever terminology they will give to it. Or the person was stabbed to death, or the person was poisoned, or the person was shot. So these are the legal names that the coroner we have to give to it, so that it will be an input into the court, because the court want to deal with legal titles in terms of, oh, it was a stoppage of the heart, it was a gun in the head, it was a poison, or someone strangulated the person or stabbed the person. So you basically have to look to the root cause. In some cases, they will say natural cause of death. What are natural cause of death? Your heart stopped beating. Those are natural cause of death, and heart stop beating means the same thing. But most importantly in this case now, there are certain things that have been established. We've been able to see that medical inquisition have been unconcluded. They are not definite. They could not come with one thing that killed the guy, with everything they find out. However, if you look into testimonies and investigation of the police, witnesses, it has also been established that one person has owned up to an action that has been supported by accounts. That is the nurse. The nurse had said, I injected him, he reacted to that injection, and every other thing happened. And the nurse has at no time on this matter said, no, I did not do it.